It's a new year. You're undoubtedly working on plans and actions for next year. Today, I'd like to do something a little bit different. If it's okay with you, I'd like to ask you 4 questions. Very simple, just a yes or no answer, okay? It's going to be painless for you. And I'll give you about 5 seconds of a pause after each question so you can answer them. So, hey, jot them down. Jot down your answers. Number 1, does your plant's R&M culture cause you pain? Are you working late? Are you working excessive weekends? Do you have a lot of workplace drama? Does anybody listen to you? Are you experiencing personal and career frustration? All one answer, yes or no. Number 2, will your plant be better in 6 months? Honestly, you've been at this probably for some years. Well, what's going to make you better in 6 months? Number 3, does your culture blame others for their reliability problems? Number 4, have you tried reliability best practices and they just failed in your plant and your culture? What's going on? Okay. Hey, whiteboard's back. Okay. Let's talk about this a little bit. Imagine this is a flywheel. Imagine it's a 2,000-pound flywheel, big hunk of iron, and it's rotating at 200 RPMs. Okay. It's got a lot of inertia behind it. It's rotating. Takes a lot to stop it. This is just an analogy for a reliability culture. So you go and see somebody that's using best practices, they're getting all the results, their costs are low, their efficiency's up, production's up, their collaboration between employees is really good, job satisfaction is up, an opportunity for advancement and personal growth is up. So you see this wheel spinning, this 2,000-pound hunk of iron spinning, and you say, man, I want to do what they're doing, okay? And then you go in and you benchmark them, and what do you see? You see all these best practices out there, planning, scheduling, right? You see all these planning meetings that they're having. You see all this training that the people are getting. You see the 5S that they're doing, and you're just thoroughly impressed with all these tools that you see in place. You see these systems, everything, there's one way of doing things correctly, like work order system. Production enters work orders. They get approved. They get on the planning meeting. And then the planning meeting happens and we execute that job. We start talking about jobs 4, 5, 6 weeks in advance. Processes, everything's working together. You see that. You say, hey, let's do best practices at my plant. And then what happens? First of all, over here in red, first of all, the flywheel is stopped. It's not going at 200 RPM. It's stopped. And if you have a 2,000-pound hunk of iron there and you need to get it going, and you put 1, 2, 3 random actions up here trying to turn that flywheel, nothing happens. Best practices fail, okay? Nothing happens. Until it reaches a tipping point of you start putting 9, 10, 20, 25 actions on there over a sustained period of time, like 2 to 3 years, then you start getting results. Then your culture takes off. Folks, this is how I learned 25 years ago of how to deploy reliability. That's how I learned. Most consultants, that's how they learned. Most sites that you go to, I'll go on a limb and say every site that you go to, that's how they learned. So folks, your plant manager, that's an unacceptable solution to say, hey, invest in all this training and best practices, maybe some new tools, maybe some new shops you need to design. And in 2 to 3 years, I'm really confident we'll get some results. That's an unacceptable solution. That's what's going on. So, hey, folks, what if I could deliver to you a giant leap forward in 12 months and tangible results in 30 days? What if you could see that? What if there was a process that you can learn to make that kind of leap forward where, hey, I guarantee you 6 months we're going to be better. And I can see actions and difference. There's a skip in everybody's walk in 30 days. What if I could deliver that to you? You'll probably say, hey, man, that's going to be expensive. And even if it's not expensive, we're busy. We're overwhelmed with what's going on today. You know, presently, folks, I have 5 groups, 5 teams out there that have bought my book. You've seen it, Zero to Hero, How to Jumpstart Your Reliability Journey, Given Today's Business Challenges. I have 5 plants that bought those for their entire lead team. They bought 8, 9, 10 copies for their lead team. They're having meetings once a week where they're talking about chapters of that book and what they can apply at their plant. They took a free, so that book is $14.99, okay? So $14.99, if you have a 7-person lead team, that's $105, okay? $105 is the investment. You can't say that's expensive, okay? They also took a free do-it-yourself reliability guide that I have on my website. It's about, I think it's 2.5 pages long. Free, walks you through what to do. It includes buying this book. And I'm not trying to sell books. Honestly, I'm not. $14.99, I'm not making a fortune off these books. So they took the free DIY document, they started these study groups using my book as a guide that outlines the first 30 days to starting a change at your plant, given your culture, okay? That's what they're doing. You don't have a plan if you're dependent on luck. You don't need luck if you got a plan, okay? So, hey, if that's not good enough, folks, I got 5 free books. If you're in the United States or Canada, you send me an email. There's a link below, leandrivenreliability@gmail.com. Go to that link, say, Joe, I'd like one of your free books if you still got one, just for the first 5 people. I'll give you the free book. I'll ship it to you for free, okay? No cost to get you started, okay? Totally free. So I've given away 60 books so far. These 5 will get me to 65. And I'm giving away my experience on YouTube and in this book for $14.99. Again, I'm not getting rich on the book. My goal is to give away an alternative solution to this 2 and 3 year effort. I've discovered it along the way. And, you know, in my 34 years, you guys know that I'm semi-retired right now. I feel like I've been given this gift and I'm trying to share it with you and I'm trying to make it easy. You know, buy the book, $14.99, $105 for your whole lead team if you got 7 people on it. If you can't afford that, go to my website. It's a free DIY process on there for reliability. This is Joe Kuhn, folks, of Lean Driven Reliability, bridging the gap between best practices that you know you should be doing, but just can't figure out how to do it in your culture. Okay, folks, hey, that's not good enough? Okay, I do get about 4 to 5 emails a day asking for specific help, and I respond to 100% of those. Okay, I do 100% of those. Sometimes it's a page, sometimes it's 3 or 4 pages, and I attach some videos and say, think about this. About 20% of those emails result in a phone call, and I pick up the phone and we talk for about an hour where I'm giving personalized coaching, no charge. No charge for the videos, no charge for the phone call, no charge for the email support. Folks, I'm giving this away. Okay, I went up too far, so sorry, folks. I won't be able to keep this pace, folks. I've got 913 subscribers as of this morning, and that's growing by 10 a day. I also have about 300 copies of my book out in the population with you viewers. And, you know, hey, folks, I'm very happy. I'm very passionate about the book and the concept. I got 17 reviewers on there, and there's one 4-star, and the other 16 are all 5-star ratings. Very practical, very simple words. If you like my videos, you'll love the book. Very simple, and it will be a reference for you. You know, as you're along in your journey. So, hey, folks, I won't be able to keep up this pace of giving away. You know, I'm already probably working 2 hours a day, just kind of sustaining free support out there, and I love doing it. Okay, so like I said, my goal is to give away this knowledge of an alternative to the traditional reliability deployment. Hey, folks, you need it, okay? You know, you need it in your lives, you need it in your communities, your families need it, and I know your plant needs it. You know, so if you want to accelerate your journey faster than that, hey, folks, you may look for me to be an experienced guide, but, you know, hey, that's a scarce resource, okay? I do like giving away a lot of knowledge for free. I only charge for long-term coaching. You know, if you want to be on a routine where I talk to your plant, you know, let's say every 2 weeks on a phone, or if I come to your site, that's the only time I charge. I guarantee you 100% satisfaction, money back satisfaction. Ask me about that. So you're really out almost nothing there, but can be a great, well, not can be, it will be a great accelerator to your journey if you hire an experienced guide. And I guarantee that. I put money behind that. You know, I'm so heavily invested in the client. You know, I may come to your plant 3 or 4 days a month is what I've typically done. But I work a lot in the off weeks, and I'm working, sending emails, we're talking on the phone. I'm so invested in the client that I only take on one at a time, okay? As of January 1, I have an opening. Now, I'm just fine making videos and responding to emails and enjoying retirement life, but I have a passion for really working at least 1 week a month, really giving that personal help and attention to somebody, making a difference and giving back. Hey, folks, begin your journey. This isn't that hard. You know, Joe can understand it. You can understand it. The only difference between me and you is I've been on this journey for 34 years. I've made some mistakes. I've discovered secrets to accelerating your journey. How do you get this flywheel moving? The secret is focus on your waste, no current state, and you can get 2, 3 actions in here and get this wheel start to move. That's the secret, folks. My book outlines it. My videos talk about it. I'll respond to every email, and if you need a personal guide, let me know. This is Joe out.